So we'll begin with the last seminar of this webinar series. Welcome to the Secrets of Ayurveda. We are uncovering the secrets of Ayurveda. So I'm Tejasvi and I'm a yoga teacher, certified yoga teacher from the Ministry of Ayush. And I was a software engineer before, and now I'm a full-time yoga trainer. So I would like to introduce Soumya. She's a medical microbiologist and now she's a researcher. She works with the Art of Living and she has been practicing yoga and doing all the practices since the past 20 years. So what would be better than hearing from her? She is like a teacher for many, she has been teaching in many colleges for youth at a lot of places. So Soumya, over to you.
Thank you, Tejasvi. So today, more than listening to me, you'll be listening to one of our very talented doctors. So I hope you all know the session today is on Ayurveda. This is one of the one of very favorite topics which is close to my heart. Because I have seen the magics of Ayurveda, I would say. Yeah, many people are not much aware of what exactly Ayurveda is. And so today we have with us, uh, yeah, we have with us Dr. Narayani Chawla. She's practicing Ayurveda and she studied and practiced Ayurveda for last couple of years now. She's a very close friend of mine. Also, I've known her for last 5 years now. And along with that, she's a very talented musician. So maybe you can catch hold for her after this for a separate musical event session. Yeah. And of course, you'll know much more about Ayurveda now. So without taking much time, I hand it over to you, Narayani.
Thank you, Soumya. Hello, everyone. I hope we are ready to discuss something about Ayurveda. Obviously, it's such a vast topic that I cannot go into details of it, but I'll try my best to make the session informative so you can take away something. So yeah, in today's world, it's so difficult. No, everybody's talking about health. Everybody is talking about how important it is to maintain health. But with all this stress, and especially in the lockdown days, the stress level has increased a lot.
Just a minute. Could you please be a little louder? The voice is a bit low.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah, so in today's world, it's very difficult to maintain good health, I would say. So, with all the pollution and our unwholesome lifestyle, so it's very difficult, right? So, but Ayurveda, it's such an ancient science. A lot of us, we just know it as jadi bootiya and all that. But well, it's not just that. So, it in that thousands of years back, it mentioned about literally every detail we have, every detailed aspects in our life which we have, like how to eat, how to sleep, what to do in our daily routine, and everything. And if by chance if you're not following everything and you end up with a disease, it has told about how to cure the disease also. So Ayurveda is made up of two words, Ayu and Veda. Ayu, which means life, Veda, which means life, science. So it's a very basically like science of life, and which is telling about everything. So we'll just cover a few aspects of it. In the aim of Ayurveda, it mentions swasthasya swasthya rakshanam, aturasya vikara prashamanam. So what the first phrase says, swasthasya swasthya rakshanam, maintaining the health of a healthy person. So Ayurveda talks about curation of the disease later. First, it focuses on how to prevent it. So for that, it has mentioned a lot of things. We'll see that later. And then, aturasya vikara prashamanam, curing the disease of a diseased person. So it takes care of both the aspects equally. So now we'll see what are the bases on which the science works. It's in very well synced with the nature, we would say. Just like everybody's aware about this. The whole nature is made up of 5 elements. so is our body. In Sanskrit, we say, Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. So, whatever is there in the nature is also there in our body. So, what are these 5 elements? Everybody knows this. We are aware about this. Prithvi, Jal, Vayu, Agni, Vayu, and Akash. That is earth element, water element, then fire element, then air element, and then ether, right? So now in Ayurveda, we just make permutation and combination of these 5 elements and simplify them into 3 doshas. What are these 3 doshas? Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. What is Vata dosha? I know there are a lot of Sanskrit words involved in this, so it's not so difficult. If you like just listen to it, it'll be very easy. So what is Vata dosha? It's air element dominant dosha. Now the dosha word, don't go on the dosha word of literal Hindi translation. It's just you can say something which they are maintaining your body. So they're just given the name as doshas. So Vata is air element dominant. Then Pitta is fire element dominant. And Kapha is Prithvi and Jala. That is earth and water element dominant. Right? So these 3 doshas are responsible for maintaining the whole equilibrium of our body. Right. So the Ayurveda is not just focusing on mere curation of diseases which we commonly see. It also has a lot of branches in it. Like we have, they are called Ashtangas of Ayurveda. So we also have pediatrics, we have geriatrics, we have medical astrology, we have Shalya Tantra, which is surgery, and we have Shalakya Tantra, which is ENT and eye disorders. So it deals with all these aspects also, but we'll see that later. We'll first see the basics. So we are talking about what? Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So now in a person, how do we see what is this Vata? How do we see what is Pitta? What is Kapha? So if you see the functionality of it, Vata is responsible for all the kinds of movements in our body, whatever. Sending one thing from one place to another, responsibility of Vata. Right from eating food, your food reaching your stomach, responsibility of Vata. Movements of your hands, responsibility of Vata. Everything, your muscle movement, everything, responsibility of Vata. Now Pitta. Pitta is responsible for any kind of transformations, right from your basic digestive, like what you're eating, to how it is getting digested, that transformation, any stimulus you get in the environment, reaching that to the brain and then transforming it as what you perceive. Every kind of transformation is Pitta's responsibility. And Kapha is all the fluid activity in the body. Whatever fluids we have in the body, Kapha takes care of those aspects. Like we have fluid everywhere, right? In our all our systems we have fluid. In our eye we have fluid. Everywhere we have fluids. So that is Kapha's job, right? So when we're talking about doshas, I also like to mention now these are maintaining your body, sure, but every individual has a different body constitution. That also these doshas are responsible for. Now, what is this body constitution? In Ayurveda we call it as Prakriti. So this Prakriti is decided as soon as the mother conceives. At the time of conception itself, the Prakriti of the individual is decided, is formed. So now what are these Prakritis? There are 7 Prakritis in Ayurveda. Same, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Then combinations of these. Simple as that. These 3 are doing all the job in our body. So every person has a different Prakriti. Every person therefore has different characteristics. So it's very important for us to know what is our body constitution. Why? Because that makes literally our system, whole body system revolves around that, For example, I'll explain, you can actually just assess yourself. I'll tell you some features about each Prakriti, right? So Vata Prakriti person, they will be very, lean and light body framed. No matter how much they eat, we are very jealous of those kind of friends who don't gain weight ever. So they, no matter how much they eat, they will not gain weight. They will still remain slim, trim, and proper. But on the other hand, their physical strength is not so much. They have little less physical strength. Then they are very enthusiastic about everything. They will like to talk a lot about whatever. They take responsibility of things very quickly, but on the other hand, they also give up very easily. So they keep changing their mind very easily. Usually they are not very rigid, but they also can give up. They don't have very strong commitment about anything. So this is basic. I would not mention all the characteristics because then it will take ages for me to explain. But just like few characteristics I've mentioned. And suppose we are talking about Vata person. So that person, because there's so much of Vata air element in that person, that will also cause few negative aspects. Like they become very restless for very small things. They get very restless very easily. They have a lot of mood swings. They get too many thoughts. They have, if they are disturbed, they tend to have improper sleep much more than other kind of Prakriti people. So what should they do about it? They need to control their Vata. They need to make sure that their Vata stays under control. Then we'll talk about Pitta Prakriti people. What are these people? They are considered as very intense kind of people, very courageous, very ambitious, very whatever, valor. They have a lot of valor in them. They like strong personalities, and they're considered as very intellectuals. They are kind of intellectuals, I would say. And in physical aspect, they feel hungry a lot. You give them food, another 2 hours, they will be hungry again. They sweat a lot. They cannot tolerate heat. They are completely intolerant to sun and hot environment. So because they have so much fire element in them. Pitta is all about fire element. Now when they have so much of fire element in them, the negative aspect of that is also they get aggressive very soon. They end up getting violent sometimes if the Pitta goes beyond. You would have seen, like, there are some people who cannot withstand hunger. They will get so angry and impulsive when they are hungry. So they are Pitta people typically. So what to do? They need to stay in calm environment. They need to take a lot of cold things, I would say. Need to stay in cold environments. They cannot stay in a lot of deserted areas and all that. It's very not suggestive, for these kind of people. And yeah, we'll see about what to be done for those people in the later aspect if we get time. And then there are Kapha people. Kapha people are usually little well built, hefty, because they are Prithvi and Jala. So these two are gross elements. So Kapha people are little hefty, and they are very, in general, very patient, very calm, like to do things very slowly, gradually. They're never very impulsive about things. They're naturally they are very calm. They don't get angry too soon. They're very calm kind of people. So you can see among yourselves, in your family also, who is who, in your mind only you can play a little, oh, this must be kapha person. This must, oh, you're getting very angry, huh? You're Pitta person. So just like that, you can maybe just see it in your house, who is who. So yeah, this is about Prakriti. Then when we are talking about doshas, these doshas also are affected by our daily routines. In the sense, with the movement of the sun, our body is also affected. So there is changes in the doshas according to that also. So we need to, that's why it's important to have a proper routine, I would say. So Ayurveda has very beautifully mentioned proper dincharya, what should be done in a day. That almost, we have a lot of acharyas in Ayurveda, who have written proper scriptures. So almost all the acharyas have mentioned the importance of dincharya, how it's so important to follow a proper routine. Now everybody knows what should be the proper routine, what time we should wake up. We should wake up early in the morning, right? So Brahmi Muhurt we call it. That is the time before sunrise, right? Around 4, 3:30, 4-ish. And you people also have had a session on sleep, so they have also explained it very scientifically how we get only proper good rest till 3 o'clock, and after 3 o'clock we don't actually have good sleep and good rest. So same Ayurveda has also mentioned we should wake up at Brahmi Muhurt. And I would like to mention here, if we wake up at Brahmi Muhurt, we chances of having any kind of digestive issues, almost none, because all your evacuations will be proper, your hunger will be proper, your digestive system will be much more healthier if we wake up before the sunrise, right? So what else there is in Dinacharya? There is Abhyanga, we call. Abhyanga is what? It's basically massage. Full body massage is called Abhyanga. And then in Ayurveda, very specifically, they have mentioned about certain parts that should be focused more while we are doing massage. So at that time, they had told massage to be done literally every day, because it's part of Dinacharya. There should be no question about everyday massage. It's not like that. We have to do massage every day. But since we are so busy, we have kind of lost track of doing that. And why is it essential? I would mention here. Everybody knows actually. Circulation is improved, your muscle strength is improved, your aging process is delayed, so many other things. Your muscle strength I've already mentioned, and then your skin texture is improved, and also your vata stays in balance. Then other than full body massage, there is special mention of massage of the feet. We should every day massage our feet. India is the diabetic capital of the world today. So massaging your feet can prevent diabetes, can prevent hypertension, can prevent insomnia, and can prevent eyesight disorders. Even I have glasses, I don't do it every day. But it's so important. I have started now, and eyesight, I have started feeling the change since this lockdown. I have started massaging feet, like just before you sleep, 15-20 minutes. If you just sit and some coconut oil or something, if we sit and massage our feet, it's so beneficial. Especially for old people, it's very good, because in old age we tend to not get sleep. We don't get proper sleep in old age, right? So for that condition, it's very, actually not for old age, even youngsters today don't get proper sleep. We sleep at like so late. So for insomnia, massaging our feet is very, very beneficial. And also massaging your head. Head massage is also suggested doing every day. How that helps? See, in our head, we have all our major sense organs, apart from skin also, but like all the sense organs are in our head. So massaging our head improves the circulation in our upper body part. So that's how all our sense organs are strengthened. So that massaging the head benefits our sensory function also, and improving your perception through the sense organs also. So massaging of head and pada abhyanga, that is massaging your feet. These two things are specifically mentioned in our dinacharya, apart from full body massage, right? And then there is exercise, over-talked subject. Everybody exercises, or at least has the concept of I should work out every day. So yeah, that is something even acharyas have mentioned. We should exercise every day. But one thing specifically they have mentioned is exercising in the summers. How should we exercise in the summers? Because our body is anyway so tired, and because of the heat, it's so not very strong. So only half to our capacity. We should exercise only till half of our capacity, not overexerting, because overexertion leads to vata imbalance. So that is one thing I would like you guys, everybody, to keep in mind, that exercising only till half of our capacity, and that can be understood by a few signs, like we start getting sweat on our forehead, we start getting sweat in our underarms. So these are a few signs of, okay, now exercise is done. That should be enough. Especially in summers, we should take care of this thing, right? Then there is also a concept of not sleeping in the daytime. It's not a concept, it's actually a well-known fact. Ayurveda clearly says that Diva Swapna, that is sleeping in the daytime, is completely contradictory. Why is it contradictory? Because it slows down our metabolism. It doesn't let our food get digested properly. Also, it doesn't, our body becomes very lethargic, and there is toxicity which accumulates in the body because our food is not getting digested properly. So sleeping in the daytime is contradictory in our daily routine. So if anybody has the habit of sleeping in the daytime, they should stop. And there are two indications when it's okay to sleep in the daytime. That is when you're sick. Yeah. When you're sick, your body is anyway tired. So you need rest. So that time you're allowed to sleep. And one more is what? In summers, 20 to 30 minutes, it's okay to rest. But if you can avoid, that's better. But if your body gets too tired, then it's okay to rest. So that is one thing which is mentioned. Yeah. And then I would like to talk about food, which is mentioned. That is also one over-talked topic. But I would just mention a very few things about it, yeah? Not too much in detail. Ayurveda has told very beautifully about literally every vegetable, every fruit, all the pulses, all the grains which should be taken, but we don't have so much time, so we would not go in those details. We'll just see what we should not take completely, what is contraindicated, right? So we call it Viruddha Ahara. Viruddha Ahara is what? Unwholesome food to our body, which is going to increase toxins in our body, which are unhealthy for us. So what are these? They are, in common terms, we hear honey with hot water is very beneficial for weight loss. So according to Ayurveda, complete no. Honey with hot water is like taking toxins directly. So that is completely contraindicated. So that is Viruddha. Next is, we have, in summers, we love to take fruit milkshakes and everything. So any fruit with milk product, complete contraindication according to Ayurveda. Then next is taking something hot and cold together. You know, there's a fashion of hot brownie with ice cream, which a lot of us love, but you know, that's completely Viruddha. We should not take that. Same ways, somebody is doing, mixing hot water, cold water in hot water. Oh, the temperature of the water is too high. Let me just mix some cold water, it will neutralize. That is something which is completely contraindicated. That should not be done. So these are little things which we need to keep in mind on our basic day-to-day lifestyle, right? Because if we keep taking these things, we are in slow manner taking a lot of toxins, and they cause a lot of problems which we realize in a later stage of life. We won't realize it now, but you know, with time, if we keep doing it, that is something which is very unhealthy. One more thing I would mention here is reheating of the food. If something is left, keep it in the fridge, it gets cold, we take it out, put it on the gas and reheat it. That is something completely extremely unhealthy, I would say. So reheating of food is another contraindicated thing. Yeah. So these are some things about food. Now, how should we are eating proper healthy home food now, but how should we eat that? In what environment, in what manner we should take that food? That is also mentioned. So they are like, I won't go again, not into detail. I would just mention a few aspects. So food should be eaten in a calm and peaceful environment. A place where there is a lot of disturbance and fights going on and too much noise, and where you're not comfortable, basically. That place is not ideal to eat your food. When you're eating food, you should eat with a lot of respect. Only then it will be digested properly. If we divide our stomach in 4 parts, so only 2 parts of it should be filled with solid food, and 1 part should be taken liquids. So that liquid can include your buttermilk or rasam, dal, sambar, any liquid, and sometimes even a little bit of water if you want to take in between. And 1 part of your stomach should be left empty. We should not stuff ourselves in too much. And so 2 parts food, 1 part liquid and 1 part empty. So that's how our capacity is, and that's how the food will get properly digested. So that is one thing. And then this is very known to everybody, that water should not be taken after food and before food. Why it should not be taken? Because if we are taking the water before food, then you cannot, your enzymes will get dissolved. Your food will not be digested properly. So in that case, your food is not getting digested. It is causing, again, partial digestion. We'll talk about partial digestion. So water should not be taken before or after food. So these are all the preventive aspects. Okay. So now, what if the food is not digested? It causes, partially digested food causes Amma. Now here starts the curative aspect of Ayurveda. So what is Amma? Amma is basically undigested food particles which are accumulated in our system, eventually causing diseases. Yeah. So now this Amma can associate with other doshas also, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and then it can cause various problems. Yeah. So if how to understand for our body, how to understand that we have Amma or not, your body will have stiffness, your body will have heaviness, your stools will not be proper, your bowel movement will not be proper, you will feel like there's a coating on your stomach. So these are the things which indicate that your body has Amma. What to do in that? We should sip hot water. We can keep sipping hot water, not warm water. We should keep sipping hot water in those conditions. And we can also take dry ginger powder with warm water. We can do fasting if we can. So fasting is very good for such Amma conditions. So yeah, that is home remedies and all. And if you cannot deal with the condition, if your body is reacting in a very bad way, then you need to consult a doctor. Yeah. And so curative aspect of Ayurveda has two aspects, medicinal aspect and Panchakarma aspects. Yeah. So curative aspects are all these medicines, tablets and churnas and kashayas and all of those things. And the treatment aspect are Panchakarmas. Now, Panchakarma is one very widely misunderstood concept. Panchakarma is not massages. Panchakarma is not spa treatment. It is actually 5 proper detox therapies. So they are Vamana, Virechana, Basti, Nasya, Rakta Mokshana. What are these Sanskrit words? Vamana is emesis, when we are removing the toxins of our body through upper tract, so through vomitings. Virechana is what? Virechana is removing of toxins from the lower tract, that is purgative treatment. Then there is Nasya. There is Basti. Basti is like enema treatment. Enema treatment, I think everybody understands, putting the medicines through anal route. Then there is Nasya. Nasya is through nasal drops, so it removes the dosha, like accumulated toxins of your head region. And there is Rakta Mokshana. Rakta Mokshana is nothing but bloodletting therapy. So it's a very well researched concept. Even abroad, they have started using this leech therapy and all these things. They are Rakta Mokshana, right? So these are the 5 Panchakarma, and these are taken differently by different individuals in specific conditions. So it's not like anybody can take anything. And it should be taken under proper guidance of a doctor. And even for healthy people, they can take it yearly once or once in 6 months. Even healthy individuals can take it to prevent any manifestation of any disease. Then these are the basic, I have told you about how the preventive and curative aspect of Ayurveda goes about. Now, one more thing I would like to mention here is about importance of these 3 doshas, especially Vata Dosha. Vata Dosha, if I just mentioned something what we had studied long back, Vata Dosha is so powerful that if that is imbalanced, it can cause imbalance in the other 2 also. It's so strong. So if when we studied the classification of diseases, that time I remember there were 80 types of diseases which could happen only by vitiation of Vata, and there were only 40 by Pitta and only 20 by Kapha. So you see the difference in the digits. 80 types of diseases only by Vata Dosha. So that's the importance of Vata Dosha. But in our body, how do we understand Vata? air element, how do we relate to it? Usually by breath, right? So our breath is one thing which is regulating most of our vata in our body. So it's so important to have a proper regimen, definitely. But with that, it's very, very essential to maintain all the doshas. Because if vata is in track, pitta and kapha will also be little in track. So it's so important to have regular practices like yoga, Sudarshan Kriya, which is a cyclic breathing technique. You people, today the world knows about it. So I hope everybody knows little about it. So Sudarshan Kriya, meditation is one thing which, meditation specifically for Pitta kind of people, meditation is an amazing thing which they can practice to have their Pitta in balance. So, all these things are not just for our mind to relax, but on the physical level also, it's very, very essential to keep practicing all these techniques. Yeah. So also one more thing I would like to mention here, Ayurveda, how does it define health as a whole? WHO got spiritual and mental aspects much later. Ayurveda, thousands of years back, only told that Sama Dosha, the equilibrium of the doshas, Sama Agni, the equilibrium of our digestive fire and other transformatory activity in our body. Sama Dosha, Sama Agni, Sama Dhatu, that is all the tissues in our body, equilibrium of all the tissue structure, gross structure of our body. So Samadosha, Sama Agni, Sama Dhatu, Malakriya, all our evacuation system is proper. This is the first phrase of it. Second phrase says, Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha. That is all. Prasanna means what? Prasanna means it's all in alignment with the body. Prasanna Atma Indriya Manaha Swastha Ityavidhiyate. So that's the definition of health according to Ayurveda. So it takes care of literally all the aspects in our lifestyle. So that's how it is the science of life. And it's so beautiful if we can, also just take little, inculcate little bit about all these things in our daily lifestyle. We can maintain much better, we can maintain our health in a much better way. Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll conclude by this thing, that we need to inculcate basics of Ayurveda in our daily life and maintain a good life and good routine and stay happy. Yeah. I think, yeah, Tejasvi, you'd like to take over?
Yes, thank you so much, Narayani. It was such a beautiful knowledge. Like Ayurveda is such a huge subject, and you put it in layman terms. There are so many takeaways, like to know Vata imbalance gives like 80 diseases. I mean, it's such a, it's such an eye opener for me. So it is really beautiful knowledge. Thank you so much for taking out time and coming and giving this knowledge. We will, and if you have any questions, Narayani would be there to take up the questions at the end of the session. And as she mentioned about pitta imbalance and meditation, let's meditate a little bit. So we'll sit comfortably and easily. We'll just meditate for 10 minutes, not more than that. Yeah, sit comfortably and easily. And gently close your eyes. Take a breath in. And breathe out. One more breath in. Hold the breath. Keep holding. And just let go. Breathe in. Hold the breath. And we'll breathe out with a ha sound. Breathe in. And breathe out with a ha sound. Just relax. Take your attention to all the sounds around you. You are at ease with the environment right this moment. Breathe in and exhale. Become aware of the body. Become aware of the weight of your body. And place the entire weight on the seat you are sitting on. Relax your body completely. From the head to the toes, scan your whole body and relax it even more. Now become aware of your breath. Incoming breath energizes the body, and the outgoing breath relaxes the body. Observe the temperature of the breath. The cool air is flowing into your nose, and the warm air is flowing out of the nose. As you breathe out, relax more and more and more. Become aware of your mind. Your body is like the wick of the candle, and the mind is the glow all around it. Now slowly take your attention to 3 feet in front of you. Just just become aware of the space of 3 feet in front of you. Become aware of the space of 3 feet onto the right side of your body. And become aware of 3 feet of space on the left side of the body. Become aware of the space behind your body. Now become aware of the space above your head. As the mind is expanding, you feel more and more relaxed. Let your mind expand further. And occupy the whole room that you're sitting in. Let your mind expand further. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kashit dukha bhat bhavet. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You are peace, you are joy. Completely relax and repose in yourself. Take a breath in and breathe out. Become aware of the tip of the nose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Become aware of your abdomen moving in and out as you breathe in and breathe out. Become aware of your body and surroundings. Breathe in with a smile and breathe out with a big smile. One more joyful breath in. Now as you exhale, let your lips touch your ears. Slowly and gradually, whenever you feel complete, you may open your eyes. How's everyone feeling? Good. Okay. Soumya, over to you.
Thank you. So, do we have any questions here for Narayani, Dr. Narayani?
What are the things that are available in the kitchen that we can use for building up the immunity and balancing the doshas?
Yeah. So,
Yeah. The whole kitchen, all the spices in India which we are having, actually, if you see, if we know wisely how to use them, everything is beneficial in a way. In today's scenario, I would say basic things: turmeric, cinnamon, black pepper, long. What do we call long? I don't know.
clove.
Clove. Yeah, sorry. That. And yeah, that is something which we can just boil in water every day, morning and night. We can take it twice a day. That is good enough for building immunity. Turmeric majorly helps a lot in today's scenario. Turmeric, cinnamon, and black pepper mainly are very good for these things. And other than that, all these things which we have in our kitchen, basic things like jeera, ajwain, which our mothers make, and in the food which we take, that is all beneficial for our maintenance of doshas. So if we just take home food, healthy food, without excess of spices, tikha, what do you call, red chilies and all, it is our doshas can be on track. And if in chili, people who like chili, they can take green chili. That is not so harmful, but red chili they should avoid. Red chilies are not much suggested.
And also, Sudarshan Kriya balances all the three doshas, right, Narayani?
Yes, Sudarshan Kriya, it's, if I explain in the doshic aspect, Vata I've already mentioned here. So Sudarshan Kriya on a very subtle level also improves your Pitta levels. Like if Pitta is going off balance, all your digestion will go off balance. So Sudarshan Kriya, it's because Vata is the main doshas. If that is on track, the tendency of other two doshas can also be in track.
Okay, great. Yeah. And one more question is, high rate of metabolism. I think I'm Pitta Prakriti. How to gain weight and become fitter?
I didn't get the question. Can you repeat, please?
This person has high rate of metabolism. He thinks that he is Pitta Prakriti. How to gain weight and become fitter?
See, gaining weight or losing weight is not much of a deal as long as your body strength is proper. So, if you are a Pitta Prakriti, what you can take is, if you want to focus on gaining weight, then you can take all these, nourishing fruits which we have. You can take dairy products. That also improves. That is also helpful for Pitta Prakriti people. They can take for gaining of weight. Nourishing fruits like chiku, bananas. These things can be taken. Like it's contraindicated for kapha prakriti people. They should not take too much of these things, but pitta prakriti can take milk products, all the dairy products, these things. And ghee you can take. Like ghee, one concept of ghee is actually, a lot of people have a misconception that it is not good for the heart and all of that, but ghee is extremely good for the heart, and especially for pitta people. Adding one, actually this is for everybody can add one spoon of ghee on your food, in your plate, like not cooking the ghee, over the food just like that, and take before they eat food. That is very good for pitta people also. They can, pitta people can use it in a little more quantity. So that is one thing. And yeah, I think don't focus too much on gaining weight, if as long as you feel good strength in your body. It's a blessing to be thin. I would say.
Cool. Yeah, so that's it. I think we are
Yeah,
up
time also.
time up, so we have to end the session here.
Yeah. And thank you so much, everybody, and thank you, Soumya, for giving me this opportunity of joining you all.
Oh, my pleasure it was. In fact, I was so happy to hear from you. In fact, we can have another session with you with much more detailed version of Ayurveda. Yeah, so would love to have. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, everyone.
thank you.